The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
Well, good evening and welcome to Weyburn City Council for Monday, April 7th. Great agenda ahead tonight, one proclamation and then a little bit of work to do. And we're excited to see spring on the horizon. So with that, we'll call the meeting to order and we will look straight away for a motion to approve the minutes of the March 24th meeting.
Your Worship, I would move that the minutes of the regular council meeting and strategic planning and priorities meeting held March 24th, 2025 be approved.
Thank you. Worship, I'll second that. Thank you. Any comments, questions, or changes? Hearing none, I'll ask the question. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. All right, additions to the agenda. Anything from administration?
Yeah, thanks, Your Worship. No additions from administration tonight.
Council? Nothing? All right. Thank you. We'll move on. We won't have any public hearings tonight. So right out of the gate, we do have a proclamation tonight. And I'll read that and then we'll have our guests speak a little bit and then we'll go on. So this is the proclamation. Whereas every year, more than 1,000 Canadian workers are killed on the job, and whereas thousands more are permanently disabled, and whereas hundreds of thousands are injured, whereas thousands of others die from cancer, lung disease, and other ailments caused by exposure to toxic substances at their workplace, and whereas April 28th of each year has been chosen by the Canadian Labour Congress as a day of mourning for these victims of workplace accidents and disease, a day to remember the maximum sacrifice they have been forced to make in order to earn a living, a day to renew approaches to government for tougher occupational health and safety standards and more effective compensation, a day to rededicate ourselves to the goal of making Canada's workplace safer. And whereas April 28th was proclaimed a day of mourning by an act of Parliament on February 1st, 1991, I, Mayor Richards of the City of Weyburn, do hereby proclaim April 28th as an annual day of mourning in recognition of workers killed, injured, or disabled on the job. So thank you very much for that. And I would like to welcome now Wanda Bartlett from the Weyburn Labour Council up to the microphone. Wanda, if there's anything you'd like to add.
There we go. Good evening. I'm Wanda Bartlett, President of the Weyburn and District Labour Council, and I'd just like to extend an invitation to everyone to attend our ceremony on April 28th. We hold it at 5:30 at the T.C. Douglas Calvary Centre, and this year we will be honoring the lives of 27 workers who were lost in the past year to either workplace accidents or diseases. So again, just would really appreciate everyone that would be able to make it out that night to honor those workers. Thank you. April 28th, 5:30 at the T.C. Douglas Calvary Centre. And we have a short ceremony there to honor them.
Thanks, Wanda.
Okay, thank you.
Over here. Thank you, Wanda, for all that you and your organization does for our community. We appreciate that greatly.
Thank you, and I'm off to a meeting with the Labour Council right now.
All right. We won't keep you then. I told you you'd be out by 6:10.
Yes, you're doing good.
I'm doing good, she said. Don't put that in the minutes. Okay, up next, are there any reports of standing committees? Any councillors want to make report tonight? Nothing to report? All right, we will continue on. Next is our consent agenda. We have 3 items in there: the cash activity report for February, the fire chief's report for March, and the water treatment plant report for March. If I could get a motion to get the consent agenda on the floor.
Thanks, Your Worship. I will make a motion that the following items on the consent agenda be approved. The cash activity report from February, the fire chief report from March, and the water treatment plant report from March.
Thank you. And a seconder?
Your Worship, I will second that motion.
Thank you, Councillor Janke. Okay, any questions about that? Anything we need to dive into on those 3 reports? Everybody's feeling pretty comfortable with those? Okay, so I will look for a motion to approve. Or sorry, a vote. All in favor? I'm not having a good night. See, I jinxed it. Thank you. As always, those are available on the city's website. Okay. Next up, we do need a motion for the accounts payable as presented.
Your Worship, I'll make the motion that the purchases from March the 1st, 2025 to March 31st, 2025 in the amount of $1,454,647.37 be approved for payments. And those purchases include quick pays of $1,060, accounts payable of $817,638.48, direct withdrawals of $633,659.57, and debit card transactions of $2,289.30.
Thank you. Okay, a seconder?
Your Worship, I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Councillor Corrigan. Any questions on that? Okay, hearing none, call the question. All in favor? That is carried. We've got no bylaws to introduce tonight, no unfinished business. So 1 item of new business, and that is a consent of title. So we would turn that to the Director of Finance, Ms. Saul, please.
Thank you. As per Section 26.1 of the Tax Enforcement Act, the property listed below has been redeemed by the title holder, and the city may proceed with transferring title. Lot 24, Block 8, Plan 75R 37762. So the history on this property is the property has been in tax enforcement since May 25th, 2023, with the last payment being made in June of 2022. The water has been shut off at this property since March 1st of 2023. The tax enforcement process has been followed. All required letters and notices have been sent with no response from the homeowner. The Provincial Mediation Board was contacted January 27th of 2024 regarding the property and has had no response from the homeowner. On January 24th, 2025, the Provincial Mediation Board gave the City of Weyburn consent to make final application for title. The 30-day final notice was sent to the property owner on February 26, 2025, with no response received. So the recommendation is to request council to proceed with the consent of title, with the recommendation that the City of Weyburn will be transferring the land title into the city's name. The city will have a year to sell the property and clear off any outstanding property taxes.
Thank you, Director Massal. Okay, let's get a motion on the floor for this one if we can.
Your Worship, I'll move that council proceed with a consent of title for Lot 24, Block 8, Plan 75R 37762, with the recommendation that the City of Weyburn will be transferring the land title into the city's name. The city will have a year to sell the property and clear off any outstanding property taxes.
Thanks, Councillor Bador. And a seconder?
I'll second that, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Sedlowski. Okay, any questions on this? Any clarity needed? Yeah, Councillor Janke?
Just to kind of restate what you've already said here, we've gone through all the process and basically done everything we could to not reach this point, and this is where we are, and we just have to follow through now. Is that fair to say?
That's correct, yeah. We did even take some extra measures to try to get a hold of somebody that would have title or could have contact. We couldn't get anyone to respond.
Right, because taking back the title is kind of the last thing we ever really want to do.
That's correct.
Yeah, Councillor Hayes.
So we'll sell that property and any excess revenue goes where?
We'll have to hold it until we can find, if we can get a hold of the property owner, or if it's an estate, it would go to that estate. So,
Okay.
yeah, and we'd hold it for a certain amount of time. I'm not totally sure how long it is, but.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, I'll call the question then. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. All right. Inquiries and announcements is where we're at. Councillor Morissette.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just wanted to give some fantastic news on behalf of the Weyburn Public Library Board. And a huge thank you to the community who came out and donated books and helped sort books and volunteered their time. A total of $4,835 was raised from the book sale. So all of those proceeds go back to the Weyburn Public Library and help to keep the programs there free to the public. So thank you again to the community.
That's good. Thank you for that. Yeah, Councillor Corrigan.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd like to send out a congratulations to the U18 AA Female Southeast Goldwings, who are victorious in their pursuit of a provincial and league championship this year. Now, the team is made up of players in the southeast area, but many of those are from Weyburn. So I'd like to send out congratulations to them and a tremendous season.
Yeah, you're here. Thanks for that. Yep. Congratulations. Anybody else? Oh, Councillor Solosky, sorry. I'm going to get you a big foam finger. One of those big #1 fingers. #1.
Just #1. I just wanted to say big congratulations to the young fellows. They did a fantastic job on Saturday night. There was a large crowd and a large sum of money raised. They also announced that they have now given $3 million back to the community, which is pretty incredible. So a great group there.
Yeah, another tremendous one. Appreciate it.
Do you want to talk about the Red Wings?
You should.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make my bi-weekly announcement and wish the Red Wings good luck this week. They play home Tuesday, Wednesday. This is the first time they made the second round since 2018, I believe. So hopefully we can get everyone down to Crescent Point Place and cheer those guys on, and they can sweep it at home.
Sweet. Yeah. We don't say it out loud yet? No, okay.
That's like saying shutout with 5 minutes left in the game.
Okay. Okay, we won't. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I've got one to mention. The City of Weyburn has embarked on an accessibility plan. So what we're going to start to do very soon, in fact started already I believe, is ask residents to share their input in a short public survey about how we can help identify barriers in our city to improve accessibility in public spaces, city services, all that kind of thing. That that survey be going out next week. So I would encourage everybody to take the survey, talk to your friends about it, get them to take the survey, and don't think, well, that doesn't really impact me, so I don't need to worry about it. It impacts all of us. Accessibility isn't just about being physically able to access, it's about being able to access services, whether that's online, via the phone, whatever that means. We want to be the most accessible that we can be. So I would encourage everybody to take that and talk to your friends about it and have them take it. And then, anybody else? Inquiries, announcements? Yeah, you do have one more. I knew you did, Councillor Morissette.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just wanted to extend the meeting just a little bit longer. And a shout out to Director of Engineering and your crew. Thank you for all the work that you guys are doing on the pothole repairs and with the infrared machine. I'm just not quite sure what the whole thing is called, but just a word of caution, and I was wondering if you could expand on this to the public as they're driving around. How much room should they be leaving the workers as they're doing their work on the streets?
Oh, thank you. Actually, they should just follow the signage and barricades or cones and just respect the work zone. So when the workers are working on the road, they will set up a work zone with perimeters with either cones or barricades. So yeah, just try to avoid the area. Just try to slow down, be patient, respect the work zone by avoiding the area or waiting till it's safe to pass. But we ask not to enter or squeeze into that work zone. That's just putting people at, danger and risks that you don't need to take. So, yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Great. Councillor Corrigan?
Just follow up on that. Do we have a reduced speed policy within the City of Weyburn when going by a work zone?
Yeah, we do put up signs for 30 kilometers. So since our speed limit in Weyburn is 40 kilometers, with the exception of some 50, we do reduce it down to 30 when they have a construction site or work zone set up. So yeah, slow down, avoid the area, and just pay attention. They're wearing high vis out there. The signs are high vis, the cones are high vis, but it still takes, you still need to pay attention, right, for the area. So just be patient, because yeah, we're entering into a really busy construction season, and unfortunately, the number of work zones are just going to keep increasing here. So
I'd say fortunately, the number of work zones.
Fortunately, yes. It is a fortunate thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you both. Anybody else? Oh, okay. Hearing none, we'll move on. There's no notice of motion tonight, so it would be my understanding that we're done. We'll adjourn this meeting. I was trying to make it past 6:15, Councillor Morissette, so I talked a little slower.
If you'd like to share your feedback on the program you just watched, contact us today